when it comes to this whole entire Streamer Prom thing. There are a lot of creators out there that I didn't know that were out there. I don't watch Twitch. I don't have the app downloaded, or if it's just a website, I don't use it at all. So it's just what it is. However, I will say this, that when it comes to Streamer University, and when it comes to the Streamer Prom, it made a lot of great content and a lot of great things to talk about, and it's so relevant that a lot of people from all walks of life are part of it right now. Think about it for a second. I would have never heard about Esther Emily, Agent. There's a person named Snow Cone. There's Rikai. There's I can't stand him, but there are just so many people and personalities that came out that was great to hear. Nina Bear, hey, how's it going, Nina Bear? I hope you're doing good. So, and by the way, subscribe if you already have it. Thank you for the comment too. So here we go. Here's my thing about Chrisean Rock. When Chrisean Rock first came onto the scene, she had a lot of men and women in awe of her. They thought she was extremely attractive. And if you heard that loud ass car, I apologize for that. You know, people, they like to rev with their cars. It's a Friday night, like to have fun. So if you hear that, my apologies. But she was on. What in the world is going on out there? Anyways, is that my car? All right, my car, so I ain't worried about it then. Anyways, so when it comes to this whole entire Streamer Prom thing and Chrisean Rock and what's going on with her life, it's making everything go a little crazy. And let me backtrack a little bit, because I got sidetracked by the noise and commotion outside of all the cars and the revving the engines and everything else. So Chrisean Rock, when she first came out, a lot of people thought she was gorgeous. She was naturally athletic. She was a very attractive woman at the time, young woman at the time. But then she got attracted to what she was familiar with in her life, apparently, which is Blueface. And I'm not necessarily saying Blueface is a bad man, because I don't know him personally. I just see the stuff that's online. But those two have brought out the worst in each other, and they seem they cannot let each other go, no matter who they get involved with, how much time they spend apart, even him being in prison, or jail. They can't stay away from each other. They're drawn to each other. I said it a long time ago in another video that once you get a man's face tattooed on you twice, and his name tattooed on you multiple times in intimate areas of your body, and you have tattoos on your face that represents the number of the A word that ends with an N, the crosses on her face represent their child or potential children, that man owns you. It doesn't matter how many times you get a tattoo covered up with makeup put over it. Blueface owns her. He owns her soul, her spirit, whatever you want to call it. He owns her. So she will never find peace being with a man like that, and he will never find peace having ownership over a woman like that, because she is not at peace. Now, it seemed like this is a situation where two people, they should have gotten together, and when they did split up, they should have got counseling, but unfortunately they had family members that encouraged the relationship for one reason or another. Blueface more because he saw the business opportunities. Chrisean and her family, they needed a leg up. They needed to come up too. Allegedly, let's just say that. I don't know them personally. So whenever you see that Chrisean came out and said, she's done with Blueface for good, she's going back to church, she's fighting Jesus and all this other kind of stuff. She's come out in all white, going to church, singing hymns and songs and all this other kind of stuff. You initially want to believe it. Well, the average person would initially want to believe it. But if you ever been in a bad relationship or a toxic situation, especially with somebody you may have a kid with, you can't let that go, because you're always going to be connected through the kid. You're always going to be connected. They always got to talk. And whenever you have a kid that young, those emotions are always going to come back. You're going to think about the father or the mother, depending whoever's absent. You want the other person there to see the kid, to see them smile and, all this other kind of stuff. You want to have those special family moments. So of course, you're gonna leave little nest eggs here, little breadcrumbs to reconcile and come together, and that's what Blueface did. So it came out recently that Chrisean was or is homeless. Well, I guess is again because supposedly he kicked her out. We did not know that. Again, most of us thought that, hey, Chrisean was good. She's found her way back to the Lord and everything else. And again, I kind of stayed away from her and her situation because the way I see it is, if a woman or any parent in their life is going to say, hey, I'm going back to the Lord, I'm focusing on my kid, cool. I want to give you the benefit of the doubt. I want to leave it alone. And like most people out there, they talk about their son and all this other kind of stuff. I never did that. I think it's just in bad taste for anybody to talk about anybody's kid. Whatever issues or that kid may have or may not have, that's not our business. That's their business. That's the family business. Truthfully, when you're really honest, it's nobody's business but Blueface and Chrisean's. Anybody outside them two, they shouldn't know. They shouldn't care. It's just, it is what it is. Because whenever you get too many people involved in your situation, the situation normally blows up in your face. Kind of like how Blueface mom, is it Carlissa? Was the main one that told them, hey, this is what's going on with the kid. They need help, all this other kind of stuff. I think the sister did too. But let's go ahead and get into a few of these clips. Now, this is what I first saw that made me look into this whole entire Blueface and Chrisean situation a little bit here. And
because he pointed them. It's perfectly fine. Everything is 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 perfectly fine. I can say it so many times. Ain't shit okay. Ain't shit fine.
Now, whenever I saw this clip, I would say, what in the world is she talking about? Now, I know she's doing this Twitch streaming thing, and she looked very upset. And when I saw this clip, it reminds me, and correct me if I'm wrong, or maybe I'm the only one that can relate to this. You have a person in your family or a woman in the neighborhood that would talk about how fine she used to be, how she used to be able to do this and that, and she had all this potential, but she got wrapped up in the wrong guy, and that wrong guy introduced her into the wrong things in life, the D-R-U-G, try to space it out there, and got into the A that ends with the E. You two got to watch how you say these things, and it has kind of ruined their lives and their potential. Chrisean is in a space to where, again, I don't know what he has introduced her to or what she already was doing, but either way, her fame got her access to a lot of stuff, and unfortunately, it sounds like it got her access to a lot of physical touches, not in the best way. So Chrisean has been on a downward hill. People are rooting for her. They see themselves in her. They see family members that relate to her. A lot of people want Chrisean to win, and they blame Blueface a lot of the time. I feel unjustifiably so. Yes, he is not the best person in the world. However, you have the opportunities to walk away, and you definitely should. Now, Blueface is in jail right now, but she's still choosing to go back. I understand whenever you have a really hard, toxic relationship, how hard it is to walk away, and especially when there's a kid involved. But at some point in time, you got to take accountability that, what? You chose to stay and keep going back to this situation. And nobody's going to save her because they can't, because she's a grown woman. And what's interesting is even her own sister, I believe her name is Tashiki, the real fighter of the family, she's cleaned up her act. And yes, she's on that TV show Baddies, I believe, and yes, she has a reputation for fighting, but you don't see her really causing chaos outside of that show, which makes me think it's more what she does on that show is more performative than who she really is. Chrisean has blurred the lines between the show, reality TV, and her real life, and it's kind of like ate away at her. Anyways, when I saw this video, I kind of felt bad. I was like, why does she look this upset? And again, this kind of reminds me of a woman who had the most potential in the world that looked like a potential prom queen, because Chrisean was a very beautiful young woman and had like a lot of style and everything going for her. And she kind of lost it all when she got her fame. If you look at Chrisean before Blueface and after Blueface, it's like night and day. Truthfully, if Chrisean, young Chrisean, the one that got fresh out of high school, I think she was in college, if she could see herself in like 5 years, I'm not sure how old she is now, if she could see, like, if young Chrisean could see herself now, I think that would be a nightmare for her. I'm just saying. But I'm not trying to bash or diss her too hardly or judge her too harshly at all. But I'm just saying this is why I say it, and my voice is getting dry. Excuse me for a second. For those of you who don't know, I talk all day for a living. So whenever I do these lives and come on here and talk even more, my mouth gets tired. You know, I'm talking 8 hours a day, and I come on here, talk for another 30 minutes to an hour. It's exhausting. But anyways, let's get to you.
You see how I just try to, did you see how I just try to convince myself? It does, bro.
Hello, world.
Now, this is the jail call from Blueface. And pretty much just exposing her. This is how I found out that she was homeless. I didn't know this. Again, I saw that clip and I saw this clip, and I'm like, oh, there's more to the story.
This is a message for Chrisean Gina Malone. I accepted you back in with open arms so you can get on your feet. Ultimately, for my son to get on his feet.
Now, when people heard that clip right there, I invited you to my home so you can get on your feet and then help our son get on his feet. They interpreted originally that their son couldn't walk. I don't think that's necessarily the case. I think he meant it more in the sense of he just wants his son to be in a more stable home so he can go ahead and grow and develop. But people always look for like the worst things when it comes to that kid. I don't understand why.
I offered you money just so you could solely focus on our son taking his first steps before his second birthday. I don't need you. I don't know what this jewelry heist ransom story you got going on is about, but if you have the funds to get your own space, you're more than free to do that. I thought I was doing you a solid.
You know, now I'm thinking about it too. Blueface was also another young man that had a lot of talent. If I remember correctly, Blueface was a football player. I want to say a quarterback. He was extremely talented, and he chose to pursue rap instead. Let me see. I get that pulled up right quick. I'm just seeing if it's on here.
Dick's epic 4th of July sale is on. Take 20% off bog bags and igloo
And
coolers,
let's pause on
25%
this
off
for a
Stanley
second.
drinkware.
Supposedly, this is some of his highlights right here when he played football.
Brian Little.
I don't want to start that because I don't know about copyright because it has the music. You know what? I'll just go ahead and turn off the sound. There we go. But apparently he had like a lot of offers to go to college to play football, but he chose a different path for himself. And, you know, that's fine. You can go ahead and do what you want to do in life. But it kind of makes you curious what would have happened if he would have chose to pursue sports instead of rap. Maybe he wouldn't be where he is right now in jail. He has an arm on him. And these are his high school highlights. Okay. I'm done with that. Let's go back to that video. Excuse me.
Because he pointed them. It's perfectly fine. Everything is 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 perfectly fine. I can say it so many times. Ain't shit okay. Ain't shit fine. You see how I just try to did you see how I just try to convince myself? It does, bro.
Hello world, this is the message.
Okay, you already saw that.
Everywhere here. The message. Hello. I accepted you back in with open arms. Working everywhere and here and there. Nobody wants that. I'm sorry. Kill the dream. If you want to do that, you have to do that on your own.
Okay.
It's fine too.
All right. I'm gonna hang up. You just okay? I'm gonna hang up. I'm gonna just hang up. Good. It's perfectly fine. It's perfectly fine that I can go to prom. It's perfectly fine I can go to bookings. It's perfectly fine to still pay this nigga bills. It's perfectly fine to go pick up his chains because he pointed them. It's perfectly fine. Everything is perfectly fine. Everything is perfectly.
Now, she's saying that he pawned them. I don't know how he could pawn his own chains when he's locked up. But I think that's what he was referring to in the recording when he was talking about a jury heist type deal. I don't know.
Fine. Everything is perfectly 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 fine. I can say it so many times. Ain't shit okay. Ain't shit fine. You see how I just try to did you see how I just try to convince myself? Huh? I love you. I want to be with you. But I don't know what you like. You want to beef with me. You don't want to fuck with nothing. You don't want to fuck with my vision. Anything I have to say.
Now, on one hand, I can understand Chrisean wanting to work. And I hate to say this. Appearance means a lot. The way she looks right now, she could really only be a rapper or work in the entertainment industry in a way like I guess she's trying to do, which is streaming, getting out in the public eye, getting in front of people, talking, networking, things of that nature. I know she was rapping. She sounded pretty good at one point in time, but you know, her behavior is so out of control. It ruined a lot of bridges for her in that area. So I get it. She's trying to find a way to make money. She's trying to work. She's trying to help take care of her son. I understand that 100%. But I also understand Blueface's point of view too. Whenever he's saying, hey, I gave you a home. I just want you to help take care of our son. Make sure you stay home. Don't worry about going out with these other men. Just worry about being a mother until I get out. I hear it. But at the exact same time, it's tough. Do I think either one of them should have the kid right now? In my honest opinion, no. Just from the stuff I've seen so far, especially when I still remember she did that video when she said she was driving like 100 miles per hour down the highway trying to get to her kid. And I was just like, and she was live recording it while she did it too. I was just like, wow, that's dumb. How you gonna drive over 100 miles per hour trying to get to your kid? Wrong one turn, somebody pull out, whatever, it's all over. So sometimes I think I don't think it's necessary. I won't say this. I will never advocate for anybody to lose their kid. However, I will say that sometimes maybe the parents should take a time out so they can heal, develop, and learn themselves. Because you got to think about it. Whenever you're in a very physically active relationship in a bad way, whenever you dealt with a lot of alleged drugs, whenever you dealt with a lot of the A and the E, whenever you dealt with a lot of unhealed trauma from your younger childhood on both sides, sometimes it might be best for the most stable parent is to watch the kid for a little bit while you get yourself together and heal, so that way you won't pass on those traumas to your kid. And that's the only thing I'll worry about. I'm not worried about the kid's development. I'm not worried about the kid physically. I'm just worried about the kid inheriting the wrong attributes from their parents. Because let's be real here, that kid has a potential to be like an amazing athlete, amazing athlete, amazing performer, because both his parents are really talented. They just got into the wrong stuff. And that's the thing that sucks. Again, both his parents are extremely talented. They just got into the wrong stuff that brought out the worst in both of them. Part of that is they brought out in each other. Part of that was already there, that was horrible, that was rotten in both of them. And that sucks. You know, that's just horrible. Anyways, moving on. Now, right here, this is the video that was on Blueface Instagram, where he was showing how his home looked after Chrisean was in there for a little while. And excuse me a second again. Now, whether you love or hate Blueface, the one thing I can say is that it's a major accomplishment for anybody to own a home, right? Again, I don't know what his childhood was like. Actually, I do, because I remember some videos I think I covered where he was talking about his mom was gone a lot. And I don't get into all that, but it's a major accomplishment whenever you own a home, right? There are people who are 40, 50 years old that's never owned a house. And whenever you have that home and you open that home to somebody else, whether it's like a girlfriend, a friend, an associate, your baby mama, you expect them to respect your home. I always said, no matter how much I dislike you as a person, I would never disrespect you in your home. Because I feel like no matter who you are, if you have a home, that should be your peace. So if she was allegedly homeless with his child and he's like, hey, I'm inviting you into my home. Go ahead and come here, get yourself together, take care of our kid. And she just has it looking like this, I'll be upset. But yet she goes out to Streamer Prom and wants to have a good time. There's nothing wrong with having a good time, right? But that's all Chrisean has done. Let's be real here. From the time that the kid was born, she was either following around Blueface, going out partying. She was even partying while she was pregnant with the kid, which is what started the rumors with the whole entire the kid could have some type of potential issue going on with him. And I feel like this particular event, she could have stayed home.
He's going?
That's what they're saying.
Chrisean Rock?
She could have stayed home. And I'll get into this Wendy Ortiz shit. Again, another person from Streamer University, this Streamer Prom thing I didn't know about. But it's hard to take her side when you see her actions live all the time. It's very hard. But, and on top of that, when people heard that she was coming, they didn't get the best reactions. But this is the main one that I want to talk about. I'm not familiar with Wendy Ortiz. I'm pretty sure if somebody watches this video, they want to leave a comment, tell me who she is. I'm assuming she's a streamer. I'm not sure if she's a streamer just because I think she was associated with DDG at one point in time, I want to say. I think I saw that. I'm not sure. I don't know. But there is this instance right here where she pretty much expresses how she's kind of scared of Chrisean. Hang on a second.
I'm scared. I'm gonna run away from her.
Girl, okay.
And she was not the only person that said she was scared of Chrisean. And let's be real here. After she didn't touch Will Vicky at the time. She had Will Vicky jumped. After she's gone into physical altercations with Blueface, she just has a history of having a short temper or a short fuse. So I understand 100% why somebody would be intimidated by her being there. But the thing about Chrisean is, what I noticed is she never really goes after people that she doesn't know. She normally has to know you personally, or you gotta be pretty small for her to go after you.
She's a sweetheart in real life, but why would she say she's scared of me? You know how petty that is, though, bro? Already got this weird hate train. I already gone through so much weird stuff. Like, last thing I need.
I hate that she said she has a weird hate chain, but not taking accountability for her actions that caused this whole entire hate train that she has. Again, people were on her side multiple times. They were celebrating her whenever she left Blueface, and she got her tattoo of her neck removed of his face as new, because his face was right there on her neck originally. She got that removed to cover it up. And then what did she do? A few days later, got a tattoo back on her face. They celebrated her, supported her multiple times. They seen her get pregnant. They see her go to clubs and drink while she's pregnant, allegedly. She said it was a non-alcoholic drink. They seen her, risk her life and her livelihood. They seen her get into altercations. They seen her make accusations about her sister. They seen her just do so much stuff and cause so much chaos that, yes, I can understand why somebody will be intimidated of a Chrisean, a little girly girl. And again, Wendy Ortiz, to me, I don't know her. She could be I just don't know her. I can't even know her to make a speculation enough about her. But if you're not from the rougher part of towns or the streets, or if you just don't have a backbone, of course, you may be a little bit more intimidated.
Is a person with a platform that's pretty saying they're scared of me. Like, girl, chill out, bro. You don't have to my head, but because I'm recording on Snapchat, I wish I remember. But I think she got a twin or whatever. But she be with like DDG, and I don't know. She like first she went on. She's like, Chrisean's gonna be at the prom. Scared. Why are you scared? Like, why would you say something? Why do people clip farm? Why do people clip farm? Like, people be clip farming my name and disses me or say weird things or victimize themselves and don't even know I'm a real person that got real feelings. Like, and it's cool. Nobody care what other people going through, and that's fine. I get it, but I don't appreciate that. Then, I guess Tyloo was like, did you speak to Chrisean? And then she's like, oh yeah, I'll speak to her. And then she spoke to me, but she whispered in my ear, like, giving me props. Like, I can see deep down you're a real good mom. Like, I can see it. Like, you really love your son. Like, that was so sweet what she said. Like, I don't know. I feel like it's unfair. And the only reason why I'm watching my mouth right now, because I'm just gonna watch my mouth till I can't watch my mouth no more. So, girl, I don't know you. I don't.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. In life, your first impression is going to dictate how everybody views you. If you're viewed as a alcoholic, fueled, violent person, then yes, people may naturally be intimidated or scared of you because you're going to an event that's going to have a lot of alcohol there. A lot of people in close proximity. I can understand that, right? It's like, wait, she's going to be in an environment that could trigger her habits in the worst way possible. And let's not forget, what was it? One of the Braston sisters said that she went behind the stage allegedly, and this caused chaos. They put hands on one of the guys there. Chrisean has a reputation. So you can't say, I'm surprised somebody with a platform said that. She probably just watched TMZ. What the fuck is going on? Is somebody trying to break in the cars outside or something? I'm about to go outside and see what's going on here in a minute.
I don't know you, baby girl. I don't know you. So for you to be like, I'm scared of her is crazy work. Like, who is your Lord and Savior? Find out.
Sometimes I don't think Chrisean lives in the moment. And what I mean by that is that I think sometimes one moment she's like, yeah, I'm right here, I'm happy. And then somehow her mind travels back in time to where she was more of a short-tempered more of a short-tempered person, like, you know what, let's line it up. Let's go ahead and fight. Because how you just going to go talking about this person in a nice, calm way and then somehow, well, let's just line up. Like, what?
Run that fade. Since we want to clip farm and this, I don't know. It's cool.
It's a 10. I like it too. So look, would you date a dude dressed like this? Huh? Would you date a dude dressed like this?
I just put that in here because I was just like, this is one of these few occasions that I actually took Chrisean's side. Because I was like, okay, this guy is kind of bugging her. He was asking for too much.
Yeah.
Man, I don't care.
Yeah, I like you too. So look, can you like a 360 for the camera?
Nah.
Can you do a three? Wait, can you do? Oh my God, wait. Can you like a 360? Yeah. Oh my. Wait, I like you. No, I like you. I like you.
360 what?
Just like a 360. But I like you.
What is that?
A 360.
I don't know who this guy is, but why would he ask a woman just because she's famous for a 360? I mean, come on now. That was in bad taste.
You
know who I am?
I know who you is. You know who I am? Can I grab it?
You want to grab?
Now, the phone slapping out of the hand was kind of ridiculous, though.
It's a 10.
He's going?
But, you know, that's pretty much all I had to say about the situation. I just kind of want to bring it to light a little bit. You know, I bought all this out about a week ago. And again, I just haven't been feel like recording anything. Been really busy. And sometimes you just get burnt out doing stuff. But I'm back. I like doing this stuff. I like talking. I like interacting with people. And I hope people leave comments and tell me what you think. And like, comment, and subscribe. I'm going to go ahead and get out of here and find out why car alarms are going off outside over and over again. And I hope you guys have a good night. And thank you for watching.